Morning, yo.
Weirdo.
Just filming here, don't we?
Yeah, well, this is the kitchen.
Well, you say that.
It is.
She says that.
It's not a studio.
The whole world's a studio, isn't it, Orla?
Morning.
So yesterday's question is a big one. Many answers, as you could imagine. I think we should do a full vlog on it. So some of the key reasons, people saying it's hard to get into golf. Cost was one, time was another. And the biggest one, the one I think I'd like to investigate a bit more, was just how kind of unwelcoming and harsh I think golf can be for someone who is not in the right circles. We will discuss more. So today's question, just need to put some more water in. What's your favourite part of golf? So mine's changed, for instance. For me, when I was younger, it was competing, getting better, those kind of things. I'm certainly not getting better anymore. So now it's about seeing the world, playing with Matt, playing with a mate, going around and doing fun things. So it like changes. What's your favourite thing in golf? Has it changed for you? Post comments down below. Love to hear. As always, hit the thumbs up button on the daily vlogs. Never be afraid to subscribe. It's a good idea to subscribe for do, isn't it?
Yeah, it's all free.
Yeah, it's all free. She watches other ones. See, she watches YouTube, don't you?
Yes.
Do you subscribe to channels? Yeah, she's a subscriber. I think you should be too. This is today's swing order. What direction do you reckon this club is swinging? If you watch, it'll go, here we go. What direction, if he takes the club back there, what do you reckon direction he might start the ball? This way left or that way right? Yeah, left. Definitely. It looks like he might
going that way because the ball is heading in the line of going that way.
Yeah, and then if you look, watch, he comes down in to hit the ball. Look, which way do you reckon that ball might start? Same way, look. Looks like it's swinging left, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. Lots of swings have themes. This has a heavy left to right theme. So I'm going to try and give you a few pointers and set up backswing and even downswing to try and just change the theme. Right, school run. DJ Orla in the house. You right back there, Milo? Mm-hmm. Got a bit of a banging football last night, didn't you? How's it feeling this morning? Oh, it's a bit... So themes, let's start with the takeaway, backswing, face control. So look, if you take the club back out this side and you tend to add loft, so get that wrist cupping up, extending, and then you do everything good on the way down and correct things and put things into a more functional position. I don't care what you do on the way back. But what this swing does, which not all swings do, but you see some patterns of this, it follows the trend. Orla could see the trend. She could kind of in her brain, as that club pulled back, she kind of drew a circle and imagined that club going the direction it actually does go. So let's do some classic takeaway ideas. First one, I want you to bring that club back, so when it's at first parallel, I want you to feel like the club face is turning slightly down to the ground, not up to the sky. And I also want you to feel like it's in line, say, with your heels. So if you imagine a line going through your heels, so it's feeling like it's in line. Now you can drill this at home, kind of at the range before you swing, really get the feeling of pulling that club back. Basically on a different path. And what happens when you get people who have these themes, it's sometimes just as simple as just showing them, look, your theme is there, let's move it, and then they can just pull it back. The only thing you'll find is they tend to fight it. So what happens is they do it a couple of times and they go back to what feels more comfortable. So drilling it 5 minutes each day will really break this down. Get the club and the grip in line with your heels. So you could be in here, I wouldn't mind. Not so much out here for you, which is definitely encouraging this very leftward path, which then in turn encourages the face to be open to that path and you to add loft, or vice versa. It could be that you're twisting and adding loft that encourages this path. But let's go this way to kick us off.
Let's answer your questions.
Alright, bro. I'm loving the vlog, the vids to get me through my night shifts. Got a problem with bunkers at the moment. Fairway bunkers, no worries, get out of them alright. It's just greenside stuff really. For some reason, I can't teach my brain to get a decent bit of sand underneath the ball to get it out, and up doing you know what, and it's just an embarrassment really in front of me mates and everything, and frustrating as well. So yeah, if you could do something on sort of greenside bunkers and something to stop you sort of taking that ball 100 miles an hour instead of getting underneath it, that'd be great. I'd be much interested in that.
Right, let's think about this. Let me just get a club. So what I want you to do, it's working for me, so I want you to give it a go as well. So I don't know how you set up. Let's just stay straight on with your feet. So get your feet straight on and feel like you're swinging straight on as well. Don't do the cut across action. Go to the kind of locky, what he showed me in one of my bunker videos you should try and check out, swinging straight on. But the key, if you're scared of hitting that sand, often that means for people it's because they're attempting to lead with that leading edge. So if you do hit that sand, that thing's gonna dig and you're gonna duff it. So then what you do is you're kind of scared to hit the sand, so you don't hit the sand and you hit the ball and boom, you get your fin bullet. So let's get the handle coming out nice and straight, no lean forwards. Twist the club to add loft, which will put the back of the club on the sand, so the leading edge is above it. And then what I want you to do is just try and lower the handle, because that will then make the club point at target. So you're going to use a bit of lie, point the face at target. It means kind of like bending down in your knees. And then what I want you to do is try and swing, delivering that handle relatively straight up, so no forward shaft lean, feeling like the head is delivered in line with the handle, even taking over. And because that leading edge isn't touching the sand, and because you're going to feel the back of this club in the sand, you can now have the confidence to really slam down and cut through that sand. So really bounce that club into the sand, and because it's not got that leading edge, you're going to use more of this bounce. It'll hit that sand, cut through a little bit, and then start coming out. Often the fin bullet is because people are scared if they do hit the sand, they're going to lead with that leading edge. If you can train yourself to be more straight with the shaft, with loft, trying to bang, almost feeling like the back of the club down into the sand pretty hard and with speed, and that's another key. Make sure you keep the speed up, because when your fin bullets make you start going really slow as well, because you're scared you're going to fin it miles. But if you use that bounce, slam that into the sand, that ball will pop up in the air and you'll want to hit the sand quite fast and quite quick. I hope that helps. Let me know, post comments, let me know if this does help or not.
Ryan Little.
Next idea, move your patterns. Really simple drill, great to do at home. Also can do on the range before you hit shots. Just hold a club, I've got an 8-iron in my hands here, where the grip is touching my left side here, and I'm going to hold down on the metal, and all I'm going to do is turn this club back to a certain point where it's still on my left side. Then just as the club gets near this first parallel, just let it come off my left side and line it up with my feet. So as in, you would be here, club not in line with your feet line, and you could go a long way, say inside, and then that club wouldn't be in line with your feet line. And look, don't get obsessed with hitting that certain position on the way back. It's just a way of giving you a feeling, a suggestion of the club moving on that different path. So setting the theme of this swing to have a little bit more of a club going towards target, or even a chance of manipulating path. So what I mean by that is, when I work with students on these kind of ideas, we don't get rid of what they brought, so we go back to that. So often at the end of the lesson I'll say, look, do shots my way, so the way I'm asking you. So kind of drill, club coming more towards them, lining up with their feet, toe end of that club just slightly down, hit shots. And I say to them, look, so that's giving you maybe a different shape, but your miss now is in this position. And then I'll say to them, look, do somehow you were doing it when you came in, with the club moving out, path moving left. And we measure, we say, look, the way I'm saying it's giving you a kind of tighter dispersion possibly, and a miss maybe on the left for argument's sake. The way you'll want to do it default tends to miss on the right. So you can even choose when and when not to use this for, and how much you use it. You go and put a leg on the left. You might not want to do this feeling too much. You might want to do more your kind of feeling of a cutty swing, that possibly if measured moves and kind of misses on the right more. Do you see what I mean? It's not, lessons are not always about just fixing, because no one is ever fixed. That's why the world's best have good days, good weeks, bad weeks. It's about, as I said before, working with patterns, understanding your patterns, breaking patterns, and seeing if other patterns allow you to hit more targets. And often that's what amateurs are scared to do. They're scared to try that different feeling because it feels different. They're scared to rock the boat. But as I've taught for I don't know how long now, I see every time the best learners, the ones who progress the quickest, are the ones who are not afraid to rock the boat, not afraid to give everything a go, and then settle on the most reliable actions. Simple, effective drill, doing it at home, in your living room, really effective. Keep it on your left side till about, say, 45 degrees, then just peel it off to line it up with your feet. It'll totally give you the idea of that different takeaway, different path for your backswing. Right, time to go and pick up the little ones.
Brian Little.
So the last thing to think about is a bit of setup. Similar to yesterday's lesson, if you saw yesterday's, as soon as you change those things, that takeaway, that face orientation, you might find your shape of shot changes, which then means your setup could do with a bit of tweaking as well. So it's about feeling like you got things set up to start the ball more to the right. So not so much maybe like you are, looks like your shoulders certainly are slightly this way. So just dropping right shoulder back, feeling like maybe you're dropping right foot back, just an inch or so. Just to make sure start direction is kind of in the right place, subject to your new movements. It's that night. It's fajitas night. So today's swing was taken from Twitter, @4golfonline. Make sure you give me a follow, send me your swings. Just post your swing on @4golfonline Twitter account, and I'm going to pull them all off there this week. All swings coming from my Twitter account. Post comments down below as always. Let me know if you're loving daily vlogs. Hit the thumbs up button as always. Make sure you hit thumbs up and subscribe if you like fajitas as well. I just think that's quite important. See you all tomorrow.